What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome to AOR F2 League Racing. Now, as you can tell by the title, it's going to be two videos in one. So the first off, we're at Belgium. I just want to apologise for not getting out sooner, but you'll see why throughout the video. But we are back, and yes, I am commentating again, but most of you are happy about that. As you can see here, we got pretty much a full lobby of 17, I believe, here at Belgium, and I felt pretty confident. Like, Belgium's probably one of my it is one of my favourite tracks on the calendar, but we'll see how we go. And here we are in the garage. So it's going to be pretty much a dry race with a little bit of rain at the end. So that's going to throw out a curveball towards the end. Thanks, Jeff. So we're going to do our first lap on the supers. Thanks, Jeff, again. So as I was saying, we're going to do our first lap on the supers, see where we go, see what our banker time is, and then we'll just go from there. I just want to point out too that we have a new driver for this race in LRT Chicane. I believe that's how you pronounce it. If I butchered it, I do apologise. So, getting back to our side of the garage, didn't do a whole heap of practice, just a few laps here and there. I knew the setup and what it was going to be. I pretty much got the setup right in some areas. But we'll see how we go. Just on a side note, how gorgeous is Belgium without any rain? Just look at all that the mountainsides and all the trees as we slow down as there's two cars up ahead. Not sure what went off, but we're just trying to keep a gap. And we're also trying to keep the tyres up to temperature. We lost a lot of temperature there. And we're just about to floor it now. Put up in the max fuel. And let's see what we can do. So we've got to get turn 1 right. If we get turn 1 right and get a good exit, route should be a piece of cake, and we get an okay exit on the power early. And here we go. First time going through route, flat out. Nailed it. Now let's see if we can get the rest of the track right. Someone's off and stopped in the middle of the racing line, and we almost hit him. Not sure who it was. That was heart and mouth stuff right there. I think it was a Red Bull. I think. Not entirely sure. I could see through the small preview screen. But yeah, heart and mouth stuff that was. A zombie hunter goes top. And then Ross goes top. With a very quick lap on ultras. Zombie did his lap on softs, and Roscoe did his time on ultras, so can tell the tyre difference. As we come through the bus stop chicane, on the power as Blackwell retires, and this puts up in the P5, so but we're 3 seconds off the pace. So we're going to come in eventually, put on a set of ultras and see what we can do with them. As at the moment we're in P10, I believe that says on the steering wheel. As the Williams boys are taking really so much time out of qualifying, and finally we get to put on the ultras as DT retires. Just have a look and see where we are. We're in P12. If we can make it into the top 10, I'll be pretty stoked about that. Haven't had a top 10 appearance yet, but let's see. Let's hope we can get. Let's hope we can get it into the top 10 for this race. So we took average flat out as usual with the ultras, so that's a good sign. Now the reason why I had DRS open is because there is a car catching, but I'm going to let him through here at this understeery corner. See here, I just pull off to the side. I believe it's Mitchie that goes past. I think it's Mitchie. Yeah, it is Mitchie because he's Della and Red Bull. Qualifying now, as DT previously retired. As we get pull on wrong. I believe that was pull on. I'm not entirely sure. I have to get my corner names properly marked down. So we got enough of a gap from the two cars up ahead. We're going to come through the bus stop, pull up into max fuel again. Get a good exit, got an okay exit. Thanks, Jeff. Get turn 1 right as Mitchie retires. Good exit. Our time is shooting up a little bit. Our Rouge is flat. I think we're up by a 10th now. as Externo retires. At time he's just gone up and up and up as Rosca also retires. And we just lose the back end a slight, and that's our qualifying over. So no top 10, but LRT Chicane gets pole from Gamble, from Sly, from Ross, from Owens, from Exdona, from Mitchie, from R8, from DT, and Is That Matt rounds up the top 10. We're in P14. Not the best qualifying, but yeah, as Captain Farrah also had a quali ban for this race, which was unfortunate, but he served it. Thanks, Jeff, and here we are, race day. Just sorting out when to pit. There's not much difference between coming in lap 12 and lap 13. Like, seriously, there's not much. So we're gonna start on the softs, put the fuel in. Put the fuel in a little bit, and then get ready to race. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we go. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we're away. And we get a really good start compared to Conrad. We blitzed him off the line, and Conrad flies through the air. I don't know what happened there, but we go in deep and we hit spag by mistake, lose the back end. The car was sliding everywhere, so I let Conrad go through. As Zombie Hunter retires, our championship leader has retired. There he is, and thank God for ghosting. Otherwise that was curtains for us as well. But that was a manic start, and Mitch is spun off. Wow, everything's kicking off here. Conrad flew into the air. Zombie Hunter's retired. Mitchie's spun. It's all kicking off here. As we go really wide, we lose the back end again. Let Mitchie back through. Oh, can't compose myself now. But what a start. We had a beastly start compared to Conrad. And then, I don't know what happened. And there's yellow flags up ahead. And it's R8. He's had a spin. Same with Dragster. And there's cars in the pits already as R8 has retired. But what a manic first lap. And we're up into P11 after all of that. Wow. And we move on to lap into the middle of lap 4. We're in P10. Some cars have made a pit stop. Thanks, Jeff. as DT has now retired. Oh man, crashes galore, and we get a harsh 3-second time penalty. That was really harsh. There's DT, just parked on the apex, luckily for ghosting. Not sure what happened, but that moves us into P9. Thanks, Jeff. But as you can see, we're pretty much on our own. Matt is actually catching us. But yeah, P9 in the points. Let's see what happens. As we move on towards the end of lap 6, not much else happened. There's some cars in the pits again. And we'll start lap 7. P8. Not bad. Come through El Rouge, and this happens.
Kids, would you step outside for a second?
Dear Lord, that's the loudest profanity I've ever heard.
Yeah. My electricity cut out. But there is the race results, and I just want to thank Roscoe for sending me them. We ended up P11, but did we actually count that? So we're going to move on to Italy. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. And this was a manic qualifying. It was raining, but people went on dry tyres. I think 2 people went on inters, but the dry tyre was the correct choice. But here we are, after a week's break actually between this race and Belgium. Italy, this was the first race with my new gaming setup that I did over the weekend prior to the race. And it went pretty well, as we're trying to just to keep it on the track. Yeah, so we've gone up really late due to the rain, and it was also going to be dry towards the end as well, so I figured it was the right time to come out, but I think now might be, or with 3 minutes to go, it might be the right time. And we're just gonna bump it up into max, and let's fly around Italy. I'm running 2.5 wings with an 8 ballast, so hopefully it'll be enough downforce. As we get turn 1 all wrong. And as we don't go purple, but we're up on Zombie Hunter's time. Not exactly sure how. Through the Lesmos, not entirely quick. But we go purple middle sector. We're a second faster than Zombie Hunter, which is something I thought I'll never say, because Zombie is really quick. We're gonna fly towards the final corner. Here he comes. Where are we gonna go? And we go provisional pole. Provisional pole. I got that excited, I missed my breaking point. But we don't have enough time and we don't get pole. We finish in P12. Zombie Hunter gets pole. Just having a look at their incidents, and Penske and the Sly have grid penalties. Not exactly sure what happened. But there's your grid. So I believe the Sly will start in P10. Top 5 is actually separated by under 9/10. So it's pretty competitive, this tier. As you can see, we're starting on the inters. And it's going to get dry right at the end. This is a role reversal from Britain. If you remember that video where it started out dry and went to rain. But we didn't need to use inters. Big mistake that was. So we're going to go bang on even with the field, 27 laps. But in hindsight, I probably should have maybe put a lap in a bit of fuel, extra fuel in. But you live and learn. And as we get set for 5 red lights at the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, and we're away, and we get an okay start, keeping in lean. Owens has done something. There's a crash behind us between Extona and Penske. Apparently I get a warning for hitting Extona, which I don't understand how. As Jobbo is off to the side, and same with Owens. Now, over the radio, I had an illegal overtake, but apparently the thing didn't come up, and the subtitles didn't come up. I don't know why, but I did have an illegal overtake, and I've apologised to Gamble about that. But we move on. We're in P12, haven't really gained or lost anything. So we're still in lean to minimise wheel spin. But it's been a crazy opening lap as well between Belgium and this race. I guess you could say this opening lap had more, maybe, I was going to say it maybe had more drama, but Zombie Hunter retired on the first lap at Rouge on lap 1. Just 2 weeks ago. Next Dino has retired coming into the pits. Wow. Just as I say, those action, less action than Belgium, that happens. Poor Alex Donor must be kicking himself. Ah. But we're in P11, just outside the points, and we can see Owens. We're still in lane, as the rain was getting heavier. I thought the rain was getting heavier. Not sure about everyone else. And yeah, it was just the car was just sliding everywhere. I think I had to put more downforce on the car, but I decided to stick with my guns and go with the 2.5, as there was yellow flags at Ascari. I think that was for Ross spinning out. As Laggy sets the fast lap, and then Zombie sets it. As we nearly lose the back end again. And then we're moving on to lap 18. Nothing happened in this stint, but we're gonna come into the pits and put on a set of soft tires, because I've gone as far as I can and the tires will pop. The track was getting dry, but I don't know if it was getting dry enough. But we're going to take the gamble. Pretty decent pit stop there from the Williams boys. And we're going to let Penske go through, because we don't want to come out of the pits and just slide across the track and crash into him and ruin both our races. So let Penske go through. And the grip is just not there. Our engine's getting pretty worn already. 12%. Yeah, it's just the car sliding. There's no grip. It's still too wet for dries, and we've gone for a little spin. Unfortunately. So the gamble hasn't really paid off, has it? Yeah, I didn't think so. But, and we get blue flagged already. So it's another disappointing race for us, being that. But we're still in the points, we're in P10. If we can finish here, I'll be really happy, as it'll be mine and the team's first points. It's taken us 9 rounds to get 1 point. But there's still 8 laps to go. Or 7 laps to go. Really. And this lap has just been not the greatest. I thought I'd leave it in and show you my struggles. Yeah. And we're going to cut on to the last lap of the race, because nothing happened. We're still in P10, as people are setting fastest laps left, right and centre. But all in all, it looks like we will be finishing in P10, as the race is now over. Won by Laggy. We get a warning for corner cutting. And we are going to get our first points of the season. We don't have any penalties, which is a shock. Coming across the line, weaving, and there we go. P10, get in there. And there's a final race results, and look at that, myself and that laggy person are the only two that did not get a penalty of any kind. It's a minor miracle, really. But if you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see more league racing content on F1 2017. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.